on this. I'm gonna have a good upcoming weekend. Well, I was thinking about what to talk about on the topic, and this topic is gonna be very interesting because it's what most people go through. There's a segment of people that go through this, and one of the things is being an introvert. Now, some people think that being an introvert, some people, whether they're a child, teenager, adult, why this person is so reserved? Why this person, don't seem to interact with people? Is something mentally wrong with them, or something? What's going on upstairs? In some cases, it could be some mental problem, but sometimes it's a personality issue. Because what I've learned, and I've learned when as I was younger, I've been more. I wasn't so much outgoing, but I'm mediocre. I was kind of pretty much go around people. And I didn't mind when I was younger. And it seemed like the more time you meet people, my walks of life, even people that's probably in your own family, you find out their personalities clash. When when people are introvert, and they can testify this, you don't want to be around people that have a dominating, controlling spirit. You don't like to be around people that want to be, something like that they seek attention. They have a tendency to be like when you were a child, kind of be like someone kind of bully you, or they try to persuade you. You have people out here that and they take your kindness for weakness, especially when you're an introvert, you're a kind person. People will take advantage of you. And some people don't think, and they think something wrong with you, they think that what they move that, what the ignorant term is slow. And so, you don't say nothing. And I was one of the kind of people I was shy at times, but I'm nice to people. I let people in my circle. And when you're an introvert, you learn over time you can't bring anybody into your circle, and you have to watch who you bring into your circle, because people around you, people you're about to meet, they see that, and they feel like, this person gonna listen to me, because I can just tell me anything, and I can be the biggest performer, I can be the biggest bad mamma jamma in any phase and fashion or ever. I had a neighbor, and I've seen this throughout time. And I've seen this throughout my life. And I found out being an introvert keeps you out of trouble. These days, it can literally keep you alive. And it keeps you out of a lot of chaos. And that's how I've always lived. I stay, like most people, when I moved in neighborhoods in past times, from the time I was a child till now, I learned to keep to myself, and that's a good thing. And some people think most people, their personality is outgoing. Now believe in astrology because I used to read a long time ago, but sometimes I just say it's their personality. Mm. But there's some people maybe it has something to do with it, what month you're born, what month and day you're born. But I don't follow astrology. But when you deal with a person with a crazy personality, you just don't want to be around it. And as I learn as I get older, you don't have the patience for it. You don't want to be around dumb people. Let's say dumb things to you. That doesn't make any sense. And one of the things when an introvert person goes through, people see that they'll take advantage of you. First, they'll befriend you, make it seem like they're good. Then they see that you're the kind of person that you're non-threatening. And you don't have pretty much of an opinion. If they come and borrow something from you, they feel like you get their personal ATM machine or store or whatever. And if you let somebody borrow something from you, they don't know how to pay it back. And sometimes I was one of the people, I didn't know how to say no. Sometimes you gotta say no to people. Stand in your square and say no. And it's good to say no. I learned that, I heard someone mention that, because if you don't say no or put a limit on yourself when it comes to people, they'll try their best to run over you. And I have witnessed this in times past. I lived in certain neighborhoods, and you find out when you keep quiet, you keep to yourself, and I don't know what is about that crazy, when you're introvert, crazy, you always seem to want to come around you. I don't know what's with that. Every time something crazy jump off, it wants to come around you and entertain you, and you don't feel like dealing with it. So first, you kind of be nice and kind of smile, listen, but some people you just don't want to be around because you see that they're chaos. It's chaos always around them. And so that's what caused some people to withdraw. Some people, and I can understand that. And really, when this pandemic went on, it's sad that it took a lot of people's lives due to how it came in 2020. It was sad that people had to go get the you know what. But I tell you, one thing about that 6 feet and 6 inches, boy, it was a thing, because it was less people out in public. Crime was down, for one thing. And of course, the sad thing about it is some people got divorced if they were married, and some people couldn't stand to be in the same house because they were stuck around each other 24/7. But I tell you, it was, in a way, it was a thing because you didn't have to interact with people as much, and as long as they stay so many feet away from you, because the CDC said that at that time. Remember, I can go to shows, go to the park, and just be by myself, and that was a wonderful time. If you was an introvert, all you gotta do is if you feel the need to wear a mask, that was the time to wear a mask. But that's the only time I wore a mask, when I go in the stores and go out in public. When you about to stand in line about 10 to 20,000 people, or in a line with 10 people in the grocery line, some people still wear masks, and I don't blame them, because you don't know what is the next epidemic gonna be out there. Um, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why it was, to me, it was sad to see people lose their life, but at the same time, it was kind of a blessing, because you didn't have to. And people would, if someone was committing a crime, the cops would be able to catch them a lot easier. Some businesses was closed, so that's the only thing about it. But they put up this. It was, even though it's kind of outrageous. You go into the grocery stores, you have everybody got to go, and they're still doing this now. You have to walk in a single line, go out the single door, and especially going to some of these major retail stores, because now they can close down the other exit and have everybody walk to the other exit now. And which I find they're still doing it, infiltrating it. In fact, there's a couple grocery stores that's doing that right now. And I don't think that's a wise thing to do, because what if there's a fire or some crazy person coming in with a gun and kind of start spraying the place? That's not a wise thing to do, you know. At least some people get the kid a chance to get out the other side. But anyway, I digress on that one. But yeah, being an introvert, it has its ups and it has its downs. The downs, you might not have, unless you find one real good trusting friend, or someone that know you really well, and it's just you and them. But sometimes you have to limit your circle of people. And I did not understand that when I was young, but as I got older, you start seeing people's true colors. And sometimes God cuts people off because they bring you no good. They're no good to you. And sometimes, especially when you come to the Lord, it's good to minister to them. And but some people, they'll weigh you down with their problems. They're not trying to get their life right with Christ. And you might be a person that minister to them, give them the word and everything else. And some people will take advantage of you. They take advantage of God's people. They really do. There's some people that don't have no moral, ethic, integrity code whatsoever. They don't care. It's all about them and only themselves. And I have witnessed this with family. I have witnessed this with neighbors. Just recently I witnessed this with some neighbors, and neighbors in the past time. And I tell you, it's like, man, you ever see some people? If you live in an apartment complex, and there's some people that they have favor. They have favor, and even when they have favor, they don't see the blessing in their faith that God has favored them in some ways. Case in point, I have a neighbor here that was had to walk everywhere. Sometimes he has to call his relatives. This person, got his family. The lady they've known for a while brings him food. Brings him food whenever he needs it. Brings him groceries. Sometimes he can take him to the grocery store. And this person, and I witnessed this myself. So he didn't have a vehicle for a while. So someone, I don't know. He always says that this person, that everybody's brother and his cousin. I don't know if that's the truth of the fact, but the fact is, this guy was given a truck. And even though now this truck that it was given to was a 2000 or late 90s Dodge truck. And I know with some older trucks, they have transmission problems, motor problems, and things like that. But this guy was given a truck, and the only thing that once in a while the truck would do is I think it was something with the ignition, because the motor was solid, the transmission was solid, the frame on it, and those who know vehicles, solid. It was a used truck. Now here this person has been given a vehicle, and all he had to do is sign the title, because the people he got the truck from, they had too many vehicles on their property. And he said, hey, take one of these vehicles off of me. Don't worry about it, and tell him. And I went with him that day to go get the vehicle. Do you know? And one time it kind of made me mad, because when I parked next to him, I came up one day and I found a dent. He parked his truck close to my vehicle, and then when he opened the door, it smacked my mirror. I ain't say nothing. It kind of pissed me off, and it's just, I should have said something, but I didn't. And I didn't want to be no conflict, because I'm a neighbor. But this person, and then, so after he gets the truck and he uses it for a couple of weeks, he sells the truck, because it was a little simple problem. It was something that he don't have the patience for it, so he gets rid of it. It probably wouldn't cost him much money. Save up enough money, keep the truck, because it was a solid. It even had a radio in it, a pull-out CD radio in it, everything. And he gave it away. Now he's back out here walking, and now he's back. Mind you, you need a vehicle sometimes. It's okay to take public transportation, which he don't. Practically, which you just walk a couple blocks to the store, and that's it. But the fact is that they come back and tell me, I'm gonna get me a car. I'm like, and I just look at him and shook my head like you fool. Why would you get rid of something that, if you got someone give you a truck, it could be an easy fix, decent motor, decent transmission, whatever it was, it could have been fixed. It probably would be, unless it's something major like that. It's the frame or the engine, transmission. That motors can run you some money. The transmission or frame can, you might just get rid of it. But with anything else, can probably run you a few $100s. And if you find the right person, in which he knows some people, because even the ones he kind of say that his cousins or his friends, he can get that easy fix. No. So, it was a situation. So I guess he figured everybody. He's one of these people that think that he can just, if it's inconveniently to him, he can just go and knock on someone's door and just ask and give me a ride. I don't understand people. And then not only that, this person's a busybody. You know what I mean by busybody? They're always in someone else's business. They don't ever leave their area. They know they come back, they stay around their place. They don't go to the park. They don't do nothing. They just go to the store, come home, and that's it. Just a busybody. Get all up and then come bragging to you about what they done, what person they got with, and stuff like that. In which, really, I don't care to know. I don't want to know. It ain't my business to know. And I've witnessed stuff like this in the past. And here's that even though this person didn't have a vehicle, like most people don't. Because some people have to get, transportation, or some have to wait on someone to come down and pick you up and take you where you got to go. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't see that. And I've seen that when I lived at another place recently. This guy had had his girlfriend. He didn't have a car. Mind you, I used to see him walk down to the store and everywhere. He had a girlfriend that would do everything for him. Come pick him up, take him to the movies. I don't know what this idiot did, but so I said, hey, what about that nice young lady? Oh, she got on my nerves, and I just couldn't deal with it no more. So, you mean you had a girlfriend with a car that likes you? That she was a pretty decent, attractive woman, and now you don't have a car. You have your place. She come over to your place, pick you up, and things like that. I don't know what I don't understand. And there's some people who don't. I, like myself, don't have a girlfriend to come pick me up on and want to take me where I need to go, help me up whatever I need, and that's what this neighbor reminded me of. Playing with this guy, just even some men, and I mean, and his girlfriend, maybe she wasn't like a hot model prize, but it's not the point. It was her heart that hey, and some people don't appreciate what they have, and then the really crazy part about it is like, why did you break off with her? Oh, she just get on my nerve. Well, that may be so, but you had someone that gave you favor, that would do anything for you. I'm not saying that sometimes you're not gonna butt heads, but look at it in a way that you have a person that would help you, and have people that would help come down. They do it on their behalf to help you in your situation. But I find out, and I used to think that it's just rich people that have this arrogant, elitist attitude. No, it's not just people with money. There's some people who's in the same condition, and I'm like, I said, God, I be saying to myself, God, don't they see the favor that's around them? I mean, but they get too spoiled and too entitled. Oh yeah, and then I've seen people worse out there in my condition. I've seen people out there sleeping in cars. I've seen people out there don't have family or have friends to help them out. I've seen the worst of the worst, and it really humbles you. And it really, and it makes you thankful that at least I have a place over my head, and I have somewhat decent transportation, and I can at least talk to somebody once in a while, and I don't have to so-called bother my neighbors, And I've always been that type of person. Anybody that know me, I keep the peace. I believe in following the Bible. Don't spread gossip. Don't spread slandering. Don't be out there. And I don't know. And I'm not the kind of person to get into ladies gossip with and fighting with people. I've been in situations like this. I've seen it. What it comes down to. And you just, you withdraw yourself from that. And you have, every once in a while, you have a busybody neighbor. And that's the same thing when I lived up at my other place. I had a neighbor, man. This woman knew everybody's business. You ever see somebody that know people that you like, they ask you, do you know so-and-so over in apartment A? That her mother, her grandmother, and go into whole detail about their friends and relatives. Tell you something personal that maybe that they should have kept it between them two. But they telling you their personal business. Like, no, I don't know that person. I might see them, but I speak to people, but I don't go out there and make my way to know, and then getting in their personal business. I'm not that kind of person, man. There's neighbors I've talked to here, and I talk to up there. I don't, whatever business they tell me, that's it. I don't go around unless it's something very, very that worrisome, like maybe they have some medical emergency or hey, or something dealing with department. I know how to be a neighbor. Some people don't know how to be a neighbor. Hey, the landlord did you get there? You see what happened, or blah blah blah. And we're talking about the place, or we're talking about something or event on TV. But some people, man, they want to bring you in their personal life, tell you their personal business, but that's how this lady was. She's passed away now, but she was always in conflict. And it's like every time I would meet somebody, even people that would just move in there, they get into conflict. You have never seen. When I lived up there, I've never gotten into any conflict with any neighbors. People that if they knew and something I didn't know, maybe they didn't like me, or I didn't take it personally. I know they kept to themselves. But you got some people that don't have no freaking life whatsoever, and they go back and tell every freaking thing what you do, and it causes some people to be reserved. That's why some people, they speak and they go right, and I see why. That's like, I wonder why that person, why they don't seem to say nothing. I see why, because you got a lot of busybody freaking people that they live. They live where they dwell, and they make their life wherever they at, and they don't know how they got. Even though they got friends or family around them, but why is it that they got to make a point and be in someone's business? Then they bring people over who got drama into their area, and here come the drama. And that was the case when I lived up north. There were people had get into an argument, fight, and next thing you know, they had to call the cops because they bringing their drama and stuff up over there. And it's like, man, what the heck? And I didn't know about till the next day. It's like, wow, then this one guy, he's a busybody too. He was, the neighbor over in building BC, and this neighbor over. No, I don't know them. I don't know who. Tell me their name. I don't know who the people is. I just know it's like a few people I have a conversation with, but it was never nothing really personal. And I never had no conflict. But it seemed like when I would witness other people having conflict around me, and it's like, man, it's like, wow. And so let me tell you about the latest incident. I'm gonna trip you up. I'm gonna trip you up when you're gonna trip up when I tell you this one. The neighbor I have now, I had something to come to the house recently, right? A cable, something with the cable company, because I want to get a new box. And let it be known, I have a security camera in my window, and so even though it's not directly at my door, I would think about getting. I saw one that is a bulb that's like a motion sensor, because one of my neighbors got one, so because she was getting stuff taken off her porch, and so it's a motion detector that can, if someone mess with anything, she can see who's on that porch. And I was thinking about getting that, but I got this little robot. I probably showed you on the video. I have a little robot, and its eye open and it scans, and no matter how far I'm away, it records it all day. It records the whole event in front of my window. So within an hour, I see people in front of my camera that I got at my bedroom window, and I see the landscaping crew people. I see one of the neighbors walking his dog. I see the guy that's bringing something, and I see him. So I know that it's a situation. Some people come through, and lately in every city, and every once in a while you get people that come up on porch pirates, and that was the case, and so, and I understand and respect that a neighbor kind of look out for you. That hey, you got a package here, really, I would rather him to, take my package and put it in the laundry room. If that would have been a lot better, so I don't have to go and knock on his door, and bother him anything. Because I just, hey, or call let the person know, hey, or text them, say, hey, you got a package on your porch, or just to let you know, just to be a good neighbor like that. Because, people have been stealing stuff off of people's porch and run. So I get it. But the part that tripped me out, that he told me that there was a particular person that was down here, wasn't down here, the person took a package. Now, where I got the camera at, and somebody would took that package, the first thing they would do is I have the camera where it's set, the eye can look at this way, you see people leaving, and it's going out this way. So when he told me that he confronted this person, he makes this scenario that this person was down here, he told him to give it up, he grabbed him by the neck, he punched him in the face, and told him don't come back here no more. And then he said, man, I went and grabbed it and brought it back to your witness. So in the area where he probably would have, either way, I would have saw him carry the package in my camera. And I didn't see him in my camera view. I did not see him bring back my package from the guy he claimed that was down here. Took my package. He confronted the guy, beat him up. So in other words, I get home, I get this note on my door. Hey, I got your package. Then he go run down scenario. But here's the part about it. But hey, you owe me a sandwich. I just, I said thank you. What you could do is give me a ride. Yo, that made me mad. What he did was, he had to make up something to get something off of me. Which was, I would just, if I choose sometime to give you a ride, I give you a ride. But it's just the point that the man lied to me. He even lied and said that, now we have a tree out here, right? He gonna tell me that the maintenance man got a camera put up in a tree so he can see all everybody's property. I go by a tree, I don't see no camera. Yes, the maintenance man do a lot of that, but they ain't gonna do something like that. I don't know why. I kind of distance myself away from him after a while, because it's like, man. And then when I do talk to him, he tell me something personal about it. He thinks he's a Casanova. He tell me things that, I'm getting my things up and all this other stuff I don't need to hear all that. I don't care about that. Like, why are you telling me some stuff like this? And about the neighbor and the female neighbor over here, the female neighbor over here. It's like, why do you gotta tell me these things? I don't think like that. I don't talk like that. But it's like, and that's another reason why I kind of keep to myself. My other neighbors, they don't do that stuff, man. My neighbors, they don't do that. I got some good neighbors. I got some neighbors who moved out recently. But the ones that moved out, we cool. But you can't be friends and neighborly friends with everybody. And then one time, this was a while ago, same person. I take him down to the restaurant. Hey, I give you a few dollars. I take him down to the store, take it out of the restaurant. I said, okay. I take her down to the restaurant. We come out the store. Some guy, I guess, looked at him the wrong way. He ready to fight. Man, almost 60 years old, trying to want to fight somebody because of over a damn look. So I'm like, man, and that the guy said something to him. This stuff. Well, I'm telling you the reason why the reason why I'm saying why some people keep to themselves. It's like, why do you have to lie? Why you have to lie? You know? And now you have to kind of look at that person's side eye, like, okay, because you don't know if they tell a lie. They tell sometimes some people tell half truths or half lies, and you trying to impress somebody. Like, I don't care how many women you slept with. I'm out that stage, man. I'm at a point in my life. I'm ready to have a wife. I don't care how many. And get this, I'm the type of man. We talk. I'm like, that's a nice looking woman. We keep it classy. We don't go all into what we do in the bedroom with the woman and what kind of sexual position, all that stuff. I don't need to know all this stuff. What you do. For one thing, I really don't care to know that. And I don't know. It's like maybe I should be impressed, or maybe I will. Maybe tell me because I think I would want that person. Like, no. It's like, and then they're not wise because, like, you having all these sex. If you claim you saying that you're doing all these women, you might get some venereal disease. So that's not really smart to go out here and just can't control your sexual urges and try to see you can get and con and craft any woman to sleep with you for whatever reason, because he's led with his other brain, his penis, you know. And but I've seen this stuff, you know, between this and living where I lived at previously, and it's just been like, wow. And so when I kind of like distanced myself from that neighbor up there, she clowned one time, coming to my door. You had to speak after all this after all. I'm like, I ain't saying nothing. I just didn't speak to her. I maybe had something on my mind. I just didn't speak. She had to clown. And then one time I was having a problem with the neighbor that was living previously. I was having a problem with them because they was making too much noise. And then they were just being disrespectful. And I should have known she knew the neighbor that was doing that. So I didn't really tell her too much about, and she knew that the neighbor was, but she tried to be friends with the neighbor that was causing all the chaos and drama. And so I saw that coming. So I didn't tell her nothing about that neighbor that I was having problems with. And it's just, man. But I see why some people keep to themselves. I really do. You know, and I'm a person, at least, like, I don't even walk up to people unless they, you know, they like to be, I know how to be around people. I know how to be nonchalant. Hey, how you doing? I'm not stuck up or snobby, anything like that. You know, you a decent person with a decent personality. I speak to you, you know. But you one of these idiots, when I see you acting crazy, I don't want, hey, I avoid you. Because I over the top kind of people, I've seen it. And it seems like when you live in a low income poverty area, not that it doesn't happen in other neighborhoods that's higher, but very seldom you find people that cause problems in higher, decent areas. It's the people that have no life whatsoever. When you live around someone that have a certain amount of income and a low income, and they don't go, and it's like they live in a hood, they go from one hood and the other hood, and they make their territory, everything around them, including the neighbors and everything, their business. They come back and tell you things that you don't care to know and don't want to know. And it's just, it kind of makes you withdraw. And so I see why some people, and then the same person, they'll sit back and who's causing this busybody will tell you about this person's business. This person, they know this person's business. It's like stuff that I ain't ask you for all that. I don't need to know all that person's business. It's like, I'm the kind of person, like Neely Fuller said, certain people, if they, the only constructive behavior is hi and bye, and that's it. If they don't have nothing offered to you, then we don't really have nothing to talk about. I ain't your buddy. Ain't your buddy. I don't do what you do. I don't smoke that funny stuff. Drink. I don't do nothing like that. Once in a while, I get up and go to church. That's what I do. I get up and drive to the park. That's what I do. And when I leave here from my apartment, that's what I go out there and kind of relax to get away from things. If I'm not at the store, or I'm not at the doctor's office, I'm at the park, doing something constructive, But man, I'm not one kind of people that's sat around and be all up in everybody's business and who sleep with who and trying to sleep with any female neighbor and all this. I'm not into that, But the primary reason why I've made is because you got to let people know why some people are so standoffish. That's why. Because you got some people these days you can't be too nice to. And I've learned it over time. Sometimes God will give you the wisdom that, like, don't go around that person. But sometimes, in times past, I would override that judgment. And boy, you see all kind of, as soon you be a friend with them, you see all kind of problems. I know we all have problems and issues, regardless of every walks of crease and classifications of life, but there's some people, ooh, Lord, I mean, they, ooh, they got some issues. And I'm the kind of person, I learned just stay away. And even my mother used to wonder, why did my cousins, why should she stay? She need to go out and do these things. I said, no, I understand what I understand. I understand why you stay where you at. If you're an introvert, stay where you at, because because you have less drama, less headache. The more because this world, way people are, they crazy, and they wishy-washy. You have people with flippy personalities. They come off good, then you see the devil come up out of them, and they want something out of you. They don't know what it's around you, but they have to have something around you, but they don't know what it is about you. That even God might have His hand on you, and they just feel like they just got to corrupt you. And sometimes Satan will send these people. So if you're an introvert, hey, be leery about who you bring into your life. Be leery, be very leery. These days, be very careful. And I can understand why some people don't speak to people, because if you speak to certain people, you don't know what you go get at. You don't know what kind of person you're going to approach. What's wrong with that person? Because somebody, let me speak for the introvert people, because somebody screwed them over at some point in time, and it make them really withdraw. That's what it was, and it caused chaos. People cause problems. They don't know how to be a decent human being. They always got something going on around them, and they make that their life, and they think everything around them is that chaos. And if ain't nothing going on, then I gotta make something going on. Where it's not necessary, and you think that some people get to a certain point in life that some people kind of phase out that phase. Oh no, some people never get out of that phase. I've seen people in their 50s, 60s, and still bringing out chaos. They live a chaotic life, and you don't want to be around it. They confront with people, they argue with people, they fight with people. It gets borderline domestic violence with people. And then it's like, damn, what the heck's going on? It's this person. So stay away from crazy people. Stay away from people that get issues. And they are the people, and they bring people They got people that might be on some substance abuse. They got mental health problems. And, then you're trying to step away and get away from the people. Like, okay, you try to be nice with them. And I mean, they got some severe mental health problems. But they bring on the most craziest people around them. And, and that's one of the things about it. And you just like, look, I don't want to be bothered with that. I'm cool in my little world, in my little cohabit. When I'm home, I'm home. When I'm away, I'm away. And I don't deal with. That's not me. Why don't we hang out together? No, you do you, I do me. I've been down that road. I've been around crazy, chaotic people, and they have brought nothing but anxiety and frustration. That's all what it was. And I'm not a god. I'm not an angel. I'm just a person. I'm human. I have my tolerance. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a priest. I ain't trying to meet and go back and forth with your problems. I have a limit, and I can't deal with people that want to keep me dragged with with their devilish stuff, and because they think that that's what life is about. They see that, and then when you tell them that you go to church or something like that, they'll play the God part. Oh yeah, I read the Bible too. Maybe I can go to church. But they ain't going to church for the Lord. They going to church because they want to see some chaotic stuff going on. So sometimes you got to minister to some people right there until you find the right people that have to find the right spirit that want to. If God feel led for you to bring them to church, some people you got to minister to them right there. You cannot break people that cause chaos and drama to the church, because they'll come up in your church doing something like that, spread chaos. Now you got to kind of, hey, you see that lady? Ooh, I brought so over there, and he be saying, yeah, I see that one with the big butt and everything. Why we in church? Why are you talking about this when I brought you so you can seek the Lord, not look at sisters, not look at this woman over here. Yeah, some people out there say, no, this person got too much. They need this, or sometimes let God deal with it, send another person. And some people, you have to leave them right there. Some people, you can't bring everybody to church. And I was going to church, another thing with this person, I thought about it, maybe one time, but there's people that come from the continent of Africa. He don't like Africans. So I said no. And I know that's a damn shame, but some people have prejudice against other people. And it's like, damn, I want to, but I can't have you being prejudiced against the people and you say something. No, that's all right. Stay right where they're at. If you got ministered in the word, minister them right there and there till they get some sense. Because if you don't help check them and correct that problem, God's gonna deal with you. You brought that person in that and they probably bring that chaos with them. Some people, I'm learning this. Leave them where they lie, leave them where they be. Maybe pray for them when you think about them in your prayer thoughts. Do not try to talk to these people. They are time wasters. They would waste your time doing. They don't have nothing better else to do. Even though you try, you could talk to them till you're blue in the face. They ain't gonna change until they want to change. Until something in them got to say, hey, maybe I need to think about this. But I have he's a resident manager. She ministered to people in the Lord all the time here. And some people have changed and some people don't want to change. And it tells me a lot that this woman who's in the Lord, who's been pastoring, and they don't want to hear her, they don't want to take her advice, That tell me a whole lot. And act like you got some sense and live like a decent human being. Some people, and I mean it, you can't bring to the king's table. Sometimes, if you're a pastor or maybe you're not a pastor, if you're a person that loves Christ, you're gonna have to minister to them right there. You cannot bring them folks right there. Give them the word right there until they get mentally, they will want to come. You can until God will give you discernment. Is they ready to come, Lord? But some people ain't ready to come. And I'm telling you, some people you're gonna have to go to and that's true, you're gonna have to go to head highness. And that, if you're that outgoing person. But for some of us who are introvert, we don't want to deal with that. Even that want to be less stressful. It's stress dealing with people. And the best peace of mind is to only have the people around you who you can get along with, you can tolerate. Don't bring people in your life you can't tolerate. It's okay. If you just got one person in your life, you're doing a whole lot better than some other people. You got one friend in your life, or a companion, or two people, you're blessed. Because some people ain't meant to be in your life. And that's the best advice. And I know it's hurt sometimes, it can be lonely, sometimes it can be depressing, but think about it this way. Do you want someone to bring chaos in your life and make and take your anxiety and everything up to a different level and your mental frustration? No. You might get some stuff going on and you trying to be that friendly, helpful person. Some people don't want to be helped. They don't want to be helped. They love being discomfort. They love chaos. That's the truth. If you see them kind of people and you talk with them and they don't change, leave them alone. And this will go for anybody of any age, any race, age, color, race, handicap bracket. Leave them folks alone. They're gonna be before they met you, they had problems, and they ain't trying to straighten out their life. The only thing you can do is pray. If you believe in prayer, pray for them. That's the only thing you're required to do. That's the only thing you can do. You're not, and I learned that it's not your job. Don't put yourself with that burden. Let the good Lord deal with that burden. Because people can be something else. Some people can be old. They got daddy issue, mommy issue, childhood issues, generational issues that cause it, that they've been given 1,000 times, 1,000 favors and blessings, and they just don't. I don't know what it is with that, man. I mean, any little blessing that I come my way, I'm so thankful. It's the least of the least to the most of the both. God has blessed me. I give him thanks. I say thank you, because that person didn't have to do that. Thank you, the Lord, for laying it on this person's heart who saw the situation. I thank him. I don't complain. If someone give me something, I don't care. People gave me clothes and stuff. I don't be something. Oh, his clothes is too big. I don't curse my blessing. Forget that stuff. Shoot. Because I don't care if it's a nickel up to a penny. I don't care if it's a piece of clothing. Be thankful someone thought about you first. Because ain't too many people in this world. Ain't too many people in this world will have a giving heart. Not too many people, because we live in a world where people are self-centered. It's all about self, and this is the truth. This is the God's honest truth. If this video don't make 100 views, it probably disturb the people that do. But the people that agree with this video, give a thumbs up, because I'm telling the truth. People don't care. All they want is concern is themselves. And you've been around people and they get on your last nerve with some nonsense that don't make no doggone sense. And you see it repeatedly over and over and over. But I just, just wanted to get this off my chest and why I'm an introvert. And like I said, if I had a girlfriend, soon to be fiance, wife, I'm good. And want a friend, I'm good. I don't need to have a whole bunch of people in my life. If I don't get a girlfriend, cool. Well, at least someone I can tolerate them and they can tolerate me. That's all. I don't want to be a Casanova with 10, 15 different women, like this nutball is, and then wonder why you got so much chaos. Wonder why you got problems, and then you end up knocking up some woman, and you end up on child support. Then you want to bitch and then you want to gripe and moan about it, because you trying to be a doggone Casanova. You didn't learn from before, and you be one of these people that got kids all over, because you can control your hormones. And don't have sense enough to put a condom on the doggone thing so you can prevent getting someone pregnant and get a venereal disease. But she look good though. I don't know what to tell you, but this is the kind of stuff I would entertain. But I just want to get this off my chest. So those people who are introvert, who keep to themselves, stay to yourself. If it means having your own peace, stay to yourself. Keep, whether you're a man or woman, child, if they think you're weirdo, oh well. But at least you have peace with mind and peace with God. Stay away from chaotic people. Stay away from people that bring you. If they ain't telling you how the way to make money, legitimately make money now. If they don't bring some solution to your problem, and let discern that with the Most High God. Use your discernment. If they don't bring something with that, cut them off. Leave them alone. If you got somebody always trying to take something, borrow from me, get something from me, leave them alone. If someone and then anytime a person talk to you, really listen and hear what they're saying. And let God show you, is it true or is it just something that's made up? Don't believe everything what someone tell you. That's the truth. Take it with a grain of salt until if it don't come to pass, don't believe them. Because some people like to make up things just to get attention for whatever reason. But yeah, so the point of this video is, if you're an introvert, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you being an introvert. Trust me. At this time right now, because this world is crazy, and it seems like, and even though you try to be outgoing, you might be outgoing to the wrong kind of people, and you attract the wrong kind of devils and demons at you. So God said, stay in God's safety. Stay up under His wing. And if you means being secluded to yourself, do it. Because this world is crazy. People are nuts. And unless He show you that this person's okay, you don't need a lot of people in your life. Trust me. Because where there's people, there's chaos, there's drama, and the devil's behind it. Alright then? So I hope take this advice. And if you're a young person that's going through this, don't worry. God loves you. Your parents love you. Someone out there loves you. But stay away from crazy people. Stay away from delusional people. Even if they're your age. Stay away from people that got issues. Don't, if they ain't trying to get some help, and you give them that advice, and they ain't trying to correct their life, cut away from them. Cut away from them. Alright then. So alright then, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is my tidbit for today. So if you're introvert, stay introverted until someone bring you some solution. Till they bring you a blessing. In other words, it's okay. You're normal. Take care. Be blessed.